Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we've got the Italian Grand Prix for F1 2016 career mode, and as you can see there, we've got the final performance upgrade for this Mercedes car. You can see now we lead the championship by 75 points over Daniel Ricciardo in second place, in an absolutely commanding position at the moment. And with the upgrade that we've got on at the moment, that's only going to be a huge boost for us here in Monza. So yeah, pretty much all the upgrades are on the car now, apart from the fuel. So this is pretty much the Mercedes maxed out now. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a comparison between like this Mercedes that I have now versus like the stock Mercedes on F1 2016 when it first came out, or maybe even the stock Manor, just to see what the differences are. If you want to see a video like that, let me know in the future. But yeah, here we are for qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. We eased through qualifying 1. Early signs in the weekend, we were a little bit weak. We didn't have the best pace, and we were struggling for rear traction of all things, and I was chopping and changing the setup quite a bit. So yeah, but as we came into qualifying, I think that problem became less of an issue due to the track rubbering up. But here you can see on our second lap here in Q2, we get the absolute slipstream of dreams from our former teammate Pascal Wehrlein, which moves us up into third place. So that was a time that we set on super soft tyres that we also used in qualifying 1, but unfortunately when we went out to do our final run for the session, we ran out of time. So we'll be starting the Grand Prix on very, very old and used super soft tyres. So it'll make this race fairly interesting. We might have to resort to an extra stop in the Grand Prix. We'll have to wait and see. But here we are for qualifying 3. Opening account is a 1 minute 20.579. Puts us in 6th place at the moment. You can see we're purple in the first sector. So our straight line speed is absolutely monstrous, but we seem to be losing a little bit in the middle sector of the lap. So hopefully we can rectify that at the end of the session. Just 6 seconds to go, and hopefully we can find some gains with Carlos Sainz just a little bit up the road. He might even give us some cheeky slipstream as well. Checkered flag is out, and Sainz has aborted his lap, but he's actually blocked me so much that he's cost me a few tenths there. We were originally almost 4 tenths up, but as we come across the line, it's only an improvement by a tenth, or maybe just over. So it's 7th place for the Italian Grand Prix. Our teammate Lewis Hamilton making the most of the upgrades, on pole by 2 tenths over Vettel. So we've got some work to do. We're down the order, and we're going to be starting the race on a very used set of super soft tyres. This race could be very interesting. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix. Alright then, so here we are on the grid of the Italian Grand Prix. That was a very messed up strategy. Normally around this place it's an easy one stop, but for F1 2016 it seems to be a little overcomplicated. Probably down to the fact that we're running with a tyre that's around 30% tyre wear already before we even start the race.
Okay, I'm sure you can feel it already, but we're starting to notice some tyre wear now. They should be good for a while longer though.
So yeah, when you get to F1 2016 and when you get down to the tyre, anywhere above 40-50% is where the tyres really start to drop off. So we're going to have a noticeable deficit right from the outset. So it's very important for us to get off to a beastly start. And if there is a safety car early on, we will be diving in very early to change those tyres. 5 red lights, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix with the very bad rubber we have on our rear tyres. Didn't really help us off the start there, but we did draw alongside Nico Hülkenberg as we head into turn 1. Decided to take it very easy there, and the AI completely mugged me off. Lost a place to, I think, Kimi Räikkönen. Almost won to Sainz as well, and now there's yellow flags for cars behind us. or getting tangled up in a bunch. But now we're going to try and hang it around the outside of Kimi Räikkönen through the Curvy de Grande, do they call it? I'm not entirely sure, but in the process, we almost got Max Verstappen as well. There's contact! Front right contact with his front left tyre, and that has chipped off a decent chunk of our front wing. Orange damage for our car now, and that is going to be quite costly considering we are running with low downforce as it is. The car is going to be quite understeery in this first stint until we get that car fixed. But either way, up the inside of Max Verstappen into turn 1. He's on the soft compound tyres, which definitely makes things easier for us. But I really didn't make things easy for myself there by, oh god, by going off the track there and onto the grass. It's P6.
Don't let those tyres catch you out. They're looking fairly worn out. We don't think they've got much left to give, so be careful.
Really? Only on the second lap, and the engineer's saying the tyres don't have much left to give. It's almost like he's hinting that there might be a puncture on our way. But I thought about pitting at the end of the first lap, but it's still way too early to be stopping. I at least want to get to like lap 4, 5 or 6 to at least keep me on the same strategy as the AI. But as you can see here, the cars in front are really squabbling here. That's Ricciardo and Perez getting tangled up with each other. Definite contact between the two of those guys, and maybe even a bit of front wing damage for both of them. As we see on the replay, Ricciardo, it's actually not Ricciardo and Perez that caused that. It was Hülkenberg who started it all, and then as a result we had Ricciardo and Perez right behind getting slowed up, and it was just the unfortunate domino effect. But speaking of domino effects, here's Jenson Button stuck behind another traffic jam, which was not far behind me either. So there's just absolute scenes here going on in this Italian Grand Prix. Here is another one. Max Verstappen, he is out on lap 3. One of our championship rivals. He was in second place coming into this round, just like Ricciardo at Spa. Engine failure. I can't believe this. The Red Bull's reliability in the last couple of rounds has just been absolutely shocking. It's like they don't want to win the championship. It's unbelievable, but we took the opportunity under virtual safety car to change the front wing. Raikkonen has done the same as well, so he must have been down the order quite a bit too. So we're going to rejoin here under the virtual safety car in 19th place, right behind Jolyon Palmer. What? Are you serious?
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
I can't believe that. I mean, as soon as we get on the new tyres, change the front wing, we get brake checked by Jolyon Palmer. Just unbelievable. We're in 18th place, and it's almost like we've gone back to square one. We've got less track position than what we did before, but we've just got to get on with it and change the front wing in the next pit stop once again. That's us up into P12. A whole ton of cars making their recommended first pit stop at the end of lap 4 there. So I don't know, things might work out later on in the day. We do have a bit of an undercut, and we did save time with the pit stop under virtual safety car, so we might rejoin pretty close to our rivals here. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. That's Lewis Hamilton, the car in front of Haryanto. So it looks like we haven't fared too badly in terms of just track position and the gap to the effective race leader in Lewis Hamilton. But as you can see here in the slipstream of Haryanto and Bottas, it's going to be 3 wide into turn 1, very late under brakes, and we just turn in for the second part of the first chicane, basically with no fear. I turned in knowing that we could have possibly crashed there, but thankfully enough, we didn't. This is us on the replay. Bottas was squeezed between the two of us, and there we go. 2 free positions. This was so tight between all of us. And then as we go into turn 1, it gets even tighter for Bottas. We both enclose into the same gap, and somehow there was actually no contact between all of us. So that was a real miracle that none of us made contact, but we carry on to the next lap. This is a visual representation of where Lewis Hamilton is at, just crossing the start-finish line to overtake Pascal Wehrlein. And there, that's us, literally two or 3 seconds back, with only a few cars separating us. So that's the gap for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. At this stage, Ricciardo, I don't even know where he is. Raikkonen is down the order. Vettel, no idea what happened to him. And we know what happened to Verstappen. He is out of the Grand Prix. So it looks like it's only a 2-horse race here between myself and Lewis. The strategies today are just absolutely mental. As Lewis pitted on the last lap, I'm gearing up to shadow him on the very next one and fit on the soft compound tyres. Lewis has also done the same, so looks like Mercedes is basically keeping us to the same strategy today. Alonso, what happened there? He was just parked on the apex of the final corner, and the safety car has been deployed. I was pitting this lap anyway, but this only plays into my favour because everyone else on the racetrack is sticking to the Delta, and I'm going to be in the pit lane changing my tyres. So this could be very close between myself and Lewis. However, we do have the front wing change to negotiate. And when you watch it like this, it just feels like slow motion. Such a slow pit stop, 10.3 seconds. Even with the safety car, we weren't able to jump Lewis, so a bit unfortunate there. But this is Romain Grosjean who heads the field at the moment. Lewis is position 2 on the track, and I think he'll take the lead effectively towards the back end of the race. It's still a little bit weird and still a little bit up in the air because a lot of cars still haven't made stops, and it's all over the place at the moment.
Okay, some information on signs. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Okay, so we'll need to watch out for a slow Toro Rosso. I think this is it here. Signs. It looks like he's got something dragging under his car, maybe even a puncture. Yeah, it is a puncture. It's his front right tyre. It's sparking up so much. I've never seen a puncture delaminate the tyre so much. It's just flapping so much for a puncture, and he's going to go in way too deep into the first chicane. Almost took out my teammate. Or was that? No, that was me he almost took out, but he did touch the Renault there, and he's held up a crap load of cars behind, including Sebastian Vettel. So Vettel is going to lose shed loads of time. Raikkonen was also in that squabble as well. This is Hamilton getting shoved out by one of the Force Indias, I believe. What is going on with this race? Honestly, Sainz with the puncture. This is Lewis on the replay going up the inside of one of the Manners. Gets shoved out wide, and we basically had to slow to a standstill to make sure we didn't crash into him. And now, because our exit speed was so terrible, Magnussen is having a go up the inside into the final corner. What is this race? This is honestly so weird. So many different strategies. It's supposed to be a 1-stop, but everyone's doing 3 stops. There's been safety cars, weird crashes, glitches. I don't even know about glitches, but still, it wouldn't surprise me if we had some game-breaking glitch in this race just to spice things up, and I think that might be it. Carlos Sainz going absolutely nowhere on his recovery back to the pit lane, and making absolutely no progress at all, and we join him on the next lap. He's moved about 2 meters. I mean, normally when a car is struck or it doesn't move, it gets disappeared, it gets taken off the racetrack, but he was moving so slowly that the game wasn't taking him out. And speaking of getting taken out, poor Hulkenberg. I mean, what else could he do? Yes, there was yellow flags there, so he really should have slowed down. He was blazing through there as if there was no car stop there and he didn't know about it.
Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now.
And to add to the weirdness of this race, it looks like we might get some weather. The clouds have really rolled in here, it seems.
Lewis has entered the pit lane. He's in the pits.
So, what is this Italian Grand Prix? We now lead after losing our front wing twice, part of it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But now we're making our pit stop for the final time in this Grand Prix, going onto the medium tyres to run to the end of the race. And we're doing the overcut versus Lewis, who stopped on the previous one. And I think Lewis might get us here, unfortunately. So it's going to be down to us on 1 lap fresher tyres to chase down Lewis Hamilton. It's just going to be a case of how big the gap is, and it looks like it's going to be pretty sizable. 5 to 6 seconds, possibly even more, as Jenson Button in front of me pulls into the pit lane for his stop. So as this race shakes out, I think it's going to be us chasing down Lewis for the race win. But unfortunately, Lewis was so quick. I just couldn't do anything about it. I pushed as much as I could, and I was limited on fuel as well a little bit. But it didn't matter because Lewis was so quick, so consistent over the course of the weekend. He got pole position, he gets the race win, and to top it off, it's a Mercedes 1-2, possibly the first of the season.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
What a race. What a weird race. It's been a while since I've had something of that caliber of just weirdness. You know, first of all, losing the front wing with Ricciardo, I think it was, on the first or second lap, changing that under virtual safety car, coming out into the second stint. The team put super soft tyres on again, even though I selected soft compound tyres for that stint. That was a bit weird. Then, you know, just the crashes that some people had with Hulkenberg and Carlos Sainz, and then Sainz holding up literally half the field in the midfield, which really killed off Ferrari's day. But, yeah, and then Verstappen having his engine failure. It's really opened up the championship in a Mercedes point of view. It's 1-2 in the standings. Congratulations to Lewis Hamilton. Absolutely flawless this weekend. As well, to add to the weirdness, we just weren't on the pace. Qualifying, you know, we got held up by Sainz in our final stint, but I was just struggling for rear traction throughout the entirety of the Saturday running. And, yeah, we never looked like winning, but good in the end that we were able to get a 1-2 for the team, and I think that's only going to extend the constructors' lead over the rest of the field as well. So, yeah. What is to come? What do the other teams have to offer now? Do they have anything in reserve in the way of upgrades? I'm not too sure. We're pretty much maxed out now, so it's going to be interesting to see what Red Bull, what Ferrari can do, and even Force India to some degree, as they've been making some solid gains in Season 4 of this career mode. But that's it for today, guys. The Monza, the Italian Grand Prix. Until the next one, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 game videos, and yeah, we have just, what is it, 6-7 races left in this series, and that's it for F1 2016. So I think we only have a few weeks left, maybe less than a month, and this career mode will be over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you next time.